You might be able to tell from the title of this video that I was a bit of a nerd in high school. In fact, for all of you former or current nerds out there, I've got good news. All of those exciting geometry classes that you took are going to come in real handy when you're wanting to get back with the person that you love. As for me, when I was in geometry, there was this really cute girl that was in class with me. She wasn't too good at math. Her name was Brandy, and I used my geometry skills to flirt with her, and it was a great boost to the ego. So for all of you nerds, former or current, don't let them mislead you. Math is a valuable thing. In this video, however, I'm going to tell you how you can use something that you learned in geometry to surprisingly get your ex back. And it's in geometry, you're told that the shortest distance between 2 points is what? Well, it's a straight line, isn't it? That's exactly right. Now, the same principle holds true with your ex, and we're going to translate that into an idea that I've used with my clients called same-sidedness. Now, I'm going to tell you what same-sidedness is and how you can use it. It's very simple and makes complete sense, and you'll see for yourself just how powerful it is. You see, if we were to do a visual representation of the way that things are with your ex right now, it would look something like this. Right? You've got you on one side, your ex on the other side, and these X's represent landmines. And you know what that means, right? You know what that's like. These are anything in conversation that sets your ex off. Anything that you're afraid to talk about. Anything that you think, oh, I don't want to bring that up because that will make them angry. Well, the quickest and straightest distance between you and your ex is obviously to go from here to here. Well, how do you do that without blowing yourself up? The way to do it is to build a bridge that goes over top of the landmines. Now, once you institute this same-sidedness, I'll tell you the power of it in just a minute. Then you come up with this. You and your ex are on the same side. Instead of being opposed to each other, instead of fighting against each other, instead of there being this tug of war where you want one thing, they want another, and it just doesn't work. Instead, you go over to their side and see it from their point of view, and what you see then is you and your ex are on the same side against the problems that broke you up. So this same-sidedness means to see things from their point of view, to be, the proper term is empathetic. Now, in order to do this, this requires that you not be defensive. Requires that you not make excuses. Requires that you don't say, well, they did this, that's why I did that. That's not going to get you anywhere. You see, start doing all that stuff, and you go back to this, where it's you against your ex, and you guys are fighting against each other playing tug of war. No good for anybody. So instead, build the bridge. The bridge is called same-sidedness. And same-sidedness gets you to the point where you and your ex are facing the problems together. Now you might wonder, how do I do this? This makes complete sense, and I understand that if we're on the same side, then we can face anything together, which is how you did it at the beginning. Remember when you first started dating and how it was like you and your boyfriend, girlfriend, husband, wife against the world, just you two. Well, that's the way that it's supposed to be, and that's the way that it can be. The way that you get there is going to be specific to each one of you. Now, of course, I'd love to be able to tell you do this and do that in this video, but that's just not going to be helpful because your circumstances are unique. So if you'd like to know how to use this same-sidedness, if you'd like to know how to create the straight line, if you'd like to know how to build a bridge over the landmines so that instead of your thumbs trembling when you're wanting to text your ex, or instead of that sinking feeling and that stabbing feeling in your gut, in your chest, and that fear, instead feeling like you're on the same side again. Well, click on the link below. And here's what's going to happen. When you click on the link below, you're going to go to a page that allows you to register for a coaching call with me personally. And in this coaching call, once you register, I'll get that information, and I'm going to email you within 1 hour. After you register, you will receive an email from me within 1 hour that gives you instructions on how to schedule our time together. And when we get on the phone, here's what's going to happen. You're going to tell me your story. You're going to tell me about this person that you love, that you want back so much that it keeps you up at night. And then I'm going to develop a plan for you. First, a diagnosis. What's really going on here? Because if you knew, then you probably wouldn't be watching this video. I'm going to give you a diagnosis, much like a doctor would. You know, you go into the doctor, you're not feeling good, you don't know what's wrong, but you know something hurts. Well, right now, your heart hurts. Maybe your soul hurts. And we're going to come up with the diagnosis to remove that pain. And then after that, I'm going to give you a prescription, a strategy that you can use so that you can go from where you are now to creating this same-sidedness where you and your ex are on the same side. What this does is it makes your ex feel like you are a team again. Now, if your ex said anything like, "I just can't do this anymore," that's a signal that they don't feel like you're on the same team anymore. You know what that means? Have you ever wondered, what does it mean when somebody says, "I just can't do this anymore"? What is this? Well, it means that they are rowing in a boat, not by themselves, but they're rowing in a boat and you're rowing against them, and they're just tired. Now, the beautiful thing is, it can be fixed. Every relationship can be salvaged if you know how. So, if that sounds like what you want, if you want to get that relationship brought back to life, if you want it to be resurrected from the dead, well, then click on the link below. Register for a coaching call. I will email you within 1 hour of you registering. We will get on the phone. I will give you a proper diagnosis so you know exactly what's going on. Not only that, I'll give you a strategy and a prescription that will